I'm back to the place where I first test drove the Avventura when it was launched. Now, why am I here with the car again? That's because Fiat, of late, have decided to bring back the fun in driving. Well, with the Abarth version, we saw them pop the 1.4-litre T-Jet engine into the Punto Evo, made it a hot little hatch, and they're doing just that with the Avventura now. This one has a little more sting. The most obvious visual change really is the Abarth badging, with the little scorpion that allows you to know that this Avventura is different. Apart from that, on closer inspection, you'll notice the Scorpion alloy wheels, disc brakes on all four wheels, and roof rails that are a little different. Other than that, the Avventura is really the same. Whilst the Punto Evo ride height was dropped by 20 mm, the Avventura maintains the same ground clearance as before at 205 mm. On the inside too, the changes are minimal, with the seats getting a black and white striped upholstery surrounded by brown leather. It's a bit of a mishmash now with black and white stripes, brown leather and grey Rexine on the dash. However, once you get to experience the real sting, which is the 1.4-litre T-Jet engine, you're willing to forget most other things. Well, try and put all the power down from the word go, flatten your foot on the floor, and you will find that there is a considerable amount of torque steer, and the wheels do spin, struggling to put the power down all at once. Once you're on the go, you'll realize that this engine is a delight to drive. Power really comes in strong after the 1800 RPM mark, but even below that, it's not like it feels underpowered or like there's any kind of lag. It still feels nice and strong and punchy. And whenever you put your foot down, there's this nice surge of torque that's served up. Well, it always was a nice handling car, and it still is. Steering feels nice and direct. It goes around corners nicely. But with all this power, you have to be a little careful of putting all the power down mid-corner, because torque steer does tend to unsettle it a bit. You have to hang on to that steering. And being higher off the ground, it's not really as stable as the Punto Evo. So it's best to be gentler with the throttle on the Avventura, gradually feeding in power instead of heavy footing it, which is a shame actually, because the engine is ever ready to serve up a good dose of torque. Still, I have to say that it's not all about driving flat out. The 1.4-litre T-Jet does well in all conditions. Now, with all that power and torque, what's really nice is that it's well spread. So, even if you're just sort of ambling around in higher gears at lower speeds, you have to slow down for a speed breaker and get a move on again, you'll find you really don't need to work the gears at all. What's also really nice in this Abarth version is that the clutch actually feels lighter than the original Avventura, so driving in traffic is a lot easier now. But the Avventura is not only a city slicker suited to tarmac, its additional ground clearance ensures that you can drive down dirt trails in basic off-road conditions as well. It doesn't bottom over anything and sturdily trundles over the rough stuff. The Avventura's ride is really its strength too. It pulverizes bad roads and keeps you quite comfy on the inside. Well, I'm smiling because it's been a delightful drive. It's always fun when you have a nice punchy engine, and that's exactly what this is. It's enjoyable to drive. Now, if you're a true enthusiast, you'll probably enjoy the Punto Evo Abarth more because it's far more stable and it's the car that you wouldn't mind driving up a nice winding section of tarmac. But the Avventura has its strengths too. It is higher off the ground, so a little more practical in that sense when you want to take it to your farmhouse or to that spot of off-roading. And with this engine, it really is fun to drive.